Morning everyone, Martin here from FU Fishing and More again. This is a bit of a different one today. Same long walk that I've done here the other week. The difference is it's in remembrance of one of my old fishing mates who passed away here not that long ago. And to draw people's attention, just like you to think about for cancer. You might notice I fish on my own mostly lately, only because some of my old fishing mates have died from cancer and passed away. Sorry for that. And if they haven't, some of the others have got it. So just next time they come around knocking on your door for cancer appeals and that, think twice about donating for research. It's a dreaded disease and it wrecks a lot of people's lives. But anyhow, I'm going to try and this one today's for Joey, and what I'm going to try and do is what we used to do together. We'd come down here, start the day off, we'd fish at the beginning of the day, and we'd pull into the bank somewhere, we'd cook a feed, have a sleep on a hammock for a while, and if we caught a fish on the way home, the bonus. So we'll see how we go today. If I get a fish before lunchtime, we'll probably light a fire up here somewhere and cook it like we used to, and there we go. All right, I'll meet you up there. It's a fair hike, as you know from previous videos, but it's quite an enjoyable one. I'd just like to take this moment also to thank all you people that have watched me videos. It's good to know that people are watching them and enjoying them, and by the amount of comments and likes that I've got. And if you haven't already subscribed and liked, please do so. It just gives me an incentive to keep doing them. Like I said before, not that I need much incentive, I enjoy doing them for you. And if it helps you and you've learned something, all well and good. So we've got a nice fish here. Just haven't got anywhere near where I want to go. Nice whiting. No complaints about that. Another one like that, and we'll have our lunch. This is down where I normally dig my yabbies here on that sandbank. Just thought I'd have a cast here on the way up. Another couple of spots on the way up because the tide's still too high to fish up the top end. Watching this boat out in front of me, sitting right on top of the sandbank on the high tide. He's evidently a whiting fisherman and knows what he's doing. I've seen him put the anchor over. He got tube wrapped around the chain, which is a good hint for anyone. So it doesn't make a noise on the side of the boat, lowered it ever so gently into the water. Most people, they just pull up, throw the anchor, motor up full noise, come to a screaming halt, throw the anchor out, and wonder why they can't catch any fish. Another nice fish. Good whiting. No giant, but he's still a nice whiting. Well and truly. Beautiful whiting. Well, there's lunch sorted. You don't have to do much to get a nice rid of fish. You've just got to get off your bum and try. This place here, I've fished it in the past. You've got all the yabbies under our feet here, and right on the top of the tide, on these big tides this time of year, they come up in here to spawn, and surprising how many good whiting we catch out of here. Started to walk back up to where I want to go. Pulled into this sandbank on the way up. Some nice fish up here. Good average. They're all up around that 30 mark. Good fish. Water's a lot colder too this morning. I thought that might have put them right off, but no. Alright. A few more casts here and I'll work my way up to where I was going to go. Got another one on here. I've had a little whiting either. Run out tide. Normally I fish this on the making tide. I fished it a couple of times on the run out and done alright, and I thought I'd give it a try today. The swans are back for the season too by the look of it. They're always up here every year. I don't know whether you can see them in the distance or not. They seem to be growing in numbers every year. That fish there, I missed him on the first cast. Took the yabby, put another one straight back on, cast the same spot. He was still there. They're right in shallow against that tree there. Top of that sandbank. Oh, he let go. Wasn't a bad little fish. Oh well, next time. There's a little shoal in there. Hanging in there on this tide. I thought that'd be gone by now. He's just legal fish. I've caught him up to 43 off this sandbank. Beautiful whiting. Mate got a 40 here last season. Every season's different. That's what keeps fishing interesting. Oh, that might be up in the cobble of pegs, that one. That's the trouble up here if you fish in too close, but that's where the whiting are when the tide's in. They're right up feeding on those cobbler pegs and that. The old circle trick. Love them when they do that circle trick. You're not a bad whiting at all, actually. Beautiful fish. Right. Can't complain about that. You don't need a boat, everyone. You can a little bit of exercise and you can come up here. You don't need real flash gear. Just keep your rods lightweight, your line lightweight. Dig yourself a bit of bait, free bait, which costs you nothing. And you can come up here and catch yourself a feed the same as this. They're not shoaled up yet this morning. They're spread out, but on the making tide, on a falling tide, sorry, I expected that. But yeah, it's a good way to spend the morning. Work the edge of your sandbanks out towards the weed as the tide's falling. And actually I work the same when the tide's making up here. as they come up. You get them as they're coming up onto the sandbank, and you get them as they're going off. I was heading over to Red Beach this morning, but the mate went over there and gave me a phone call and said, "Don't waste my time." And our friend the Proes had netted the whole beach through the night. Prior to that, they'd been getting some good whiting over there. Nice fish. Yeah. This is me flathead by the look of it. Why would you want to be anywhere else? Not another person within sight. Big flock of swans, sandbank to yourself. What a beautiful life. And a good flathead on the other end of this line. If he's not left hooked, will be right. If he's only left hooked, he's only left hooked. What more could you ask for? Swans, nature, all to yourself. Glasshouse Mountains in the background, Tortle over there. What a beautiful spot. Now, I'll get this fish off, and we'll try and do it without getting spiked and dropping him, and put him in the bag, and we'll get back into it. Very nice flathead. He might be the one we're going to have for lunch, the way Joey and I used to cook them. Just standing there fishing and thinking how funny it is. Like, most of us start off, we cut our teeth on whiting. Life goes in a big circle. Then we grow up and we go out in the reef and we do different things and rockfish and all that. But then we finish up coming back to the roots at the end of it. When you start to get towards the end, you've done a full circle, and you finish up chasing whiting again, which I love catching. I've got to admit, especially when you can come up here, go for a walk, catch fish like that. But if you put the time in, cover the distance, you'll come away with a good feed of fish. They're spread out still, which is to be expected on this run out tide. He's a juster. But the fish are there. You've just got to keep travelling along until you find them. Sometimes you might get two out of that one spot. Other times you'll only get the one. But if you keep moving and keep travelling, throwing out, whiting in, like I always do, you will come up with the goods. We've got a nice little feed put together there now, just about. And we're not even halfway up to where I wanted to go. Find the warm water and you'll find the fish. They seem, especially whiting fishing, when you're wading the flats, they like that warm water. This little bloke can go home to his mum. But and also work the tide. Don't take your bait back against the tide, because the fish are going to be facing into the tide, feeding into the tide. So whichever direction the tide's running, that's the way you work your bait. I don't know, a brim, I think. It hit right at me feet like a freight train. Either that or it's a flathead. But it's a good brim, I think, going by the flashes. Yep, big brim. That's not to be sneezed at when it comes to brim. Back before national parks took everything over, you could have just lit a fire anywhere along this beach here and cooked yourself up a meal. But now it's got to be in the designated fire pits, which are way up there. I don't think I'm going to make it to where I wanted to go. Way in the distance to see that next point. I was going to go up there and we were going to cook up a fish lunch. The mind's willing, but the body's not, I'm afraid. The joys of getting old. But I'll fish here for a little bit longer, see how we feel. But the day's coming when I'm going to have to use a boat to get up here. As much as I enjoy the walk, the old legs and feet are starting to object. The fun police. And of course, no fires. So it looks like we're not going to cook our fish today. I'll have to do it another day. Been a good little session for the morning. Or not morning, lunchtime really. But yeah, it's been a good little session. No complaints about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 whiting, 1 flathead, nice flathead, 1 reasonable brim. No complaints from me. I'm going to call it quits for now. The body says I've had enough. So we're going to turn around and go back. Well, next time. Who's complaining when you can come up here and do that? Not another person around. Why would you? 1 boat in the distance, 2 boats in the distance. On a beautiful day like this. Brilliant. So anyhow, just like to thank you all for watching, and I dare say we'll get out on the weekend again. I'll catch you all then. In the meantime, take care and in tight lines.